Hello everyone, my name is Sagar and I hope you are doing well. In this video we'll see how we can grab the relation between our invoicing and product receipt. Okay, so what I'm going to do, let me go to my accounts payable and let me go to all purchase order form. Okay, I will wait for this form to get open. Come on. Okay, so I can pick any random purchase order. Let me go with this one. So here you can see the product receipt is done and also the invoicing. I think invoicing is not yet. Once again, oh sorry, invoicing is also completed. I'm sorry. Yep. So here we'll see how we can find out the relation between these two things. Okay, so for example, let me open my purchase order first. Okay, just to see what happened in this. Okay, so we only have one item and the quantities were 200. So how much receiving is done, and is there any multiple packing slip? Okay, so only one is there and we get all of them. Okay, all right, so it's fine. And even let me see the invoicing. So if I click on my invoicing here, okay, so the invoicing is done for how many records? Okay, it is also done for 200 records. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll find out all the like relation and everything between these two, like between this invoicing and product receipt. Okay, so I can write my class name as find product receipt and invoice, something like this. Okay, invoice. Okay, now the interesting thing is that if you'll try to find out the relation between these two tables, so you will not get a direct relation. Okay, so for that we need to use a framework called as document header and lines. Okay, so let me write something so that it will be helpful for us to understand. Okay, so we'll go with this table only. Let's say that we have the information of our invoicing, and then based on that we need to track our packing slip information. So as we are dealing with our packing slip, right, so we definitely need the vend packing slip journal and my vend packing slip transaction table, vend packing slip transaction table, right? Definitely I need these two. Okay, but the vendor invoice journal table, I'm going to link it with my something called source document line. Okay, and then these two tables, okay, this vendor invoice journal and this vendor packing slip journal, they both are going to be related with something called VendInvoice Packing Slip quantity, spelling may be wrong, quantity match. Okay, with this source document line numbers. Okay, when we'll write the code, then it will make more sense, but I want to give a brief idea what we are doing. So as well, the first thing is that I will start with my vend invoice journal here. So I can simply define my table buffer vend invoice journal invoice journal. Okay, all right, now the next table I will define is vend packing slip journal, vend packing slip journal all right, then we have vend packing slip transaction. I will say vend packing slip transaction. Okay, then as I said, we need to use this source document 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 line, yeah, source document line, and then the most important and hidden gem table is VendInvoicePackingSlipQuantityMatch. So I will declare its buffer as match. Okay, so we can, okay, let me, like we need to move it, all of them at one place, something like this. Okay, all right. Okay, so this looks good. Okay, now I will start with my vendor invoice journal only, so I can say that while select my vend invoice journal, where my vend invoice journal vend invoice journal dot my purchase order number, right? So my purchase order number is equals to, let me go here, and I think this is my purchase order number 32. So let me make sure to copy it correctly because it's a string field, so it will cause issues. Okay, all right. Now we'll also have the invoice number as well, so I can say and vend invoice journal dot my invoice ID, because when you will do the invoicing, it's mandatory to put a invoicing ID, right? So where is my invoicing ID? So this is my invoice ID. I can grab it here and I can paste it here. Okay, so from here I will start getting buffer of my vendor invoice journal. Okay, now as I said, I'm going to relate this table with my source document line. Okay, so what I can do, I can simply write here join source document source document line. Okay, source document line. Okay, where source document line dot. Okay, now interesting thing here is, from my vendor invoice journal I will get the buffer of my source document header, but whereas the source document header relates with source document line, right? So here what I can say, here my source document header, okay, is equals to from my this vendor invoice journal I can get this source document header. Okay, so I can write here vend invoice journal dot source document header. Okay, so this is what I was talking. Okay, so I'm good here. Okay, so I have like the correct information. I related both these tables. Okay, now the most I would say difficult part here would be, you might be surprising with this table, this match table. Okay, match. Okay, match is a keyword as well, looks. So right here match table, and let me do it here match table. Okay, now here I will write where my match table dot, so I need to relate with invoices first, so I have something called invoice source document line. Okay, so here I can easily say equals to my source document line dot rec ID. Okay, now again I need to join this with my vend packing slip. Okay, not journal. I will, as I need information of all the lines, so I can directly match here my vendor packing slip transaction. Vend packing, okay, sorry, I forget here, slip packing slip transaction. Okay, I can write here where my vend packing slip transaction dot. Okay, here I will have something called my source document line, so I'm going to relate this with my match table dot source, or not source, there will be packing slip document number, line number. Here we go. Okay, it's done. So we are all good here. So using this query, you can say, or code, you can trace between your packing slip and invoices information, how much quantity is done, what is done, etc, etc. Okay, now once this is done, then it is just a matter of info statement here. So let me complete this as well. I can say info str fmt. Okay, and here what I will do, let me close this, and let's see what all should I print. Okay, now match table dot invent quantity. Okay, I will say match table dot quantity, and then from my this vend packing slip vend slip transaction, I can get my item ID, and then I can say my vend packing slip transaction dot my line number. Okay, so I can display all this information here. Now my invent quantity, and then my normal quantity, then my item ID, it should be 3, then line number. Okay, line number 4. Okay, now I will do a build, but before that let me try to find out a complex purchase order number, because this is a simple one where we don't have any partial invoicing or something like that. Let me try to find out this. Let me pause the video for a second. Alright guys, so the build is completed, and I've changed the purchase order and invoice ID just for a specific scenario. And here you can see that we are getting all the details like our line number, our item number. And if you see here, let me go to this purchase order first. I will search for this purchase order here, and alright, and let me apply filter. So this is a purchase order. Okay, so why I specifically use this example, because it have multiple product receipt. Okay, so if you see here this one, okay, it have 3 lines, right? And M5, it is twice, 284012, 284012 and 1480, line number 1 to 3. Okay, and when you come back here, oh, not here, sorry, let me go to product receipt again. And if you see this one here, and if you go to lines, okay, here again you can see the 400 and 1498. So if you'll go here, you can again see 400 and 1498. Okay, so total we have 5 items, right? Because 3 at the first product receipt and second in the second product receipt. But whereas the invoicing is 1 only. So if you go here, you click on your invoicing, and you can see there is only 1 invoicing. So inside this invoicing only we have all the lines. Okay, and here you can see the lines information. Okay, so this is totally matching. So this is how you can simply find out your product receipt and invoicing, how many quantities are matching, right, which has been invoiced, etc, etc. Thank you for watching this video.